Good morning, evening, dusk, and dawn, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3, A Game of Thrones, where we are playing as House Darry, rulers of Trident's Mouth here in the Riverlands. Robert Baratheon is rising up in rebellion. Well, more so, actually. My apologies. I mean, Robert Baratheon's the leader of this rebellion, but it was Jon Arryn. Jon Arryn that actually rose up. After King Aerys, rightfully so, of course, put to death two of the Starks and demanded the others. And here we are, fighting on the side of the Targaryens. To our north, we have Robert Baratheon himself, along with Eddard and Jon. The three Lord Paramounts, the three main rebels, are in our territory. Robert is in Ruby Ford. Eddard sits in Marstone Castle, or moves near Marstone Castle. And Jon, still in the Vale for now, but I was approaching Moon's Approach, which will take him into Falcon Climb. We, meanwhile, Lord Lyman Darry, along with our brothers, our sons, are waging a small campaign to try and assist the war effort. Campaign in Ferrybridge. Now, could we potentially be protected by the armies of the Red Keep? I was going to say the Lord's armies. That's not quite what I meant. By the King's armies. There we are. Potentially, who knows? We do know. We're hearing news that in the Battle of Greenhearth, the rebels are being beaten back quite handily by the commander Prince Doran of Dorne, a true hero of the Kingdom. I don't know. Is it a kingdom? I know it's the king, like King Aegon or King Robert and blah 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 blah. But is it a kingdom or is it an empire? Because it's the king of the Seven Kingdoms. I'm gonna keep referring to it as the kingdom. I apologize if that offends people, but yes, I've decided that we're gonna continue making the push on Ferrybridge. I think it's a valuable area to capture. It definitely weakens the overall position of the Riverlands here. And applies some pressure to Harrenhal. So yeah, we're going to see what's happening. It's the first of second moon, AC 283. See what happens. So, as I was kind of worried about, it looks like Robert Baratheon is making a move for us. And the King's men seem to not be moving to reinforce either. Yeah, this could be quite bad. We have to retreat. We're having to make a push. Push back. I think it would be safe for us to retreat somewhere much more south, maybe. You know, somewhere in this direction. Maybe we head over to Antlers over here. Just somewhere that's a little bit further away. Robert Baratheon himself is chasing us. I'm thinking if we can lure him south, we may be able to get him to get into conflict with the Red Keep forces here. And then potentially we can capture him and this whole rebellion will be over. But have to wait and see. It's unfortunate we're having to retreat from the Ferrybridge campaign. Oh boy, he's definitely putting up a chase. Let's keep pushing. Yes, my brother Willem is going to be marrying Granna. Let's see if we can... Yeah, push to here, and then I want to see if we can move south towards, like, Roseby. Or Rosby, my apologies. Either way, I'm probably going to mispronounce things, and I do apologize. It appears we've been captured at Stag's Rut, which is not good. Yeah, this is not good at all. It is a brutal battle. Not one that I think is favourable for us. The King's forces did not come to assist. They could have very easily had hold of Robert here. And look, Jon and Eddard are right there. They could have had this. I think. But this is an unfortunate turn of events for the Darry house. Our knight Willem Darry was maimed by Lord Jonos. No! Our brother, maimed. He lost a leg in the battle. That is not good. I think we need to look for a physician, if we can do that in this mod. Not good. Utterly defeated at the Battle of Stag's Rut. Sitting around the map table with Lord Titus and Lord Quincy. Discussing our strategy for the ongoing war. Yeah, clearly it's needed because Stag's Rut was a dreadful fight. Titus bangs his fist on the table loudly proclaims that we should charge the enemy directly and crush them with the sheer might of our armies, while Quincy nervously mutters about how we should avoid unnecessary engagement and fight a war of attrition. It is my right to decide our ultimate course of action. I agree with Quincy here. I agree with Quincy. I think this is a great idea. It's how we kind of were trying to fight the war with Ferrybridge until Robert showed up. But hey, that's just that. And now we are being forced to retreat. We're retreating to Cox Bailey, which is not too far from Castle Darry. But yeah, that is very unfortunate. We are actually officially winning the war now. Let's just see the aftermath here. So we lost 1,400 of our men. They lost 300. That's not a very good, turnaround there. Let's look at knights. So, unfortunately, our brother Willem has been wounded, which is a shame. We did bring him over just specifically to lead armies and fight for us in this war, and now it's caused him to be. He's lost a leg. He's not quite as much of a fighter as he once was. Which, yeah, he's been hit pretty bad with that. -4 to his prowess. Seems that Daemon and Raymond are safe. Roland is also safe, which is good. Yeah, but that is a real shame. We're probably gonna have to disband the troops and see what we can do elsewhere. They're building up a really big stronghold here just south of our territory, which is unfortunate. We're gonna have to disband the army. Which is not something we wanted to do. But I think it's a necessary portion for them. And we disband the troops, and what we'll do is we will look to use them in the garrison of the castle while the enemy rebels are so close. They're kind of striking, what is this? Lolliston and Buckford. Meanwhile, the main force for us is down in the Stormlands itself. Clever, trying to put pressure on Robert by capturing his territory down here. I mean, it makes sense. We are winning this war, but it's been costly. Sure. Yeah, we can see here that things have not gone particularly well. the Battle of Green Hearth was very much a turning point there in the south, but unfortunate. We return home to Castle Darry in a not so great state. Our brother wounded her horribly. Hopefully he will survive. It'd be a real shame if he died from his injuries because of this. But yeah, it looks like he's lost the wounded trait, which is great. He only has one leg. I'm sorry, Willem. I am sorry. Let's see, while this is happening, is there any kind of upgrades and stuff we can look to be saving up for? Apiaries. Beekeepers. Ah, very nice. Looks like it's not terribly profitable up front, but, you know, it slowly seems to develop things here. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I apologize, by the way, about the music really, like, drastically changing its volume. Ah, what happened here? Ally joins war, Lord Hugh. So, Lord Hugh of Grandview replaced Lord Harris of Grandview, usurper. He died from his wounds. So we've got this person down here. Was this always ours? Maybe so. Have we news on the Lannisters? Are they maintaining their neutrality? It does appear that they are. I mean, look, if the Lannisters don't want to get involved, that kind of keeps us comfortable. It's one less enemy to deal with here in the north. But at the same time, if we could get, if the crossing would join us, then that would be more pressure we could push, which would be great. But I don't think I can call you to arms. Yeah, I don't know which way this war's going to go just yet. I think it's going to take like one or two really decisive battles between the major forces. But that just doesn't seem to be the case right now. So who have we got here? Richard Hawpe, who famously lost the Battle of Greenhearth. Then we have Stannis Baratheon over here. Stannis Baratheon, who historically becomes Lord of Dragonstone, doesn't he? Which is currently being held by Prince Rhaegar. The rightful heir to the throne. So while we have our troops rebuild and whatnot, let's look at the history of the Iron Throne. The Iron Throne, so it's been ruled by Targaryens in its entire history, I believe. Yeah, ever since Aegon the First. Yeah, so you've got Aegon the First there. And it's just kind of maintained that kind of rule ever since. So when did Aerys take the throne? Aerys took the throne only 20 years ago. I say only. 20 years is a pretty long time. Now, Aerys is the second of his name, the first of his name being King Aerys the First here, who ruled some, like, 78 years ago. See, in the lifetime of my character being alive, we'd have seen, I think, Maekar, Aegon the Fifth, Jerry's second, and Aerys second. So very interesting. It does appear as well. Yeah, the rebellion, Robert's forces here, they put a nice stronghold centered around Tuskford, which is not entirely great because that's now applying pressure more in my direction rather than the other way that I was originally intending on it. But we can worry about that a bit less. Of course, we're not actively participating. Ooh. Here that Spiderwood would have access to Godswood. Doesn't give much in terms of levies, but that prestige and piety is insane. A small Godswood with several trees and a heart tree at the center. This Godswood provides a fine place for the ruler of this holding to take a stroll and reflect. Very interesting. Is there anything we can do whilst we wait for our... You can request a loan. Wealthiest and most reputable financial institution in the world, the Iron Bank is more than happy to extend credit to anyone it deems trustworthy. Be forewarned, though, it is not said idly that the Iron Bank will have its due. That's from Braavos, which is in an area of the map that's sadly not currently shown. But yeah, Braavos is sort of that area of it. There's also apparently an island, like right here. It just doesn't exist, but that's fine. They said that they're going to expand the map as and when. Let's see what's happening down here. So, ooh, we've spiked up in victory condition in our front here. Also, looks as though the rebellion has lost another major battle, the Battle of Wine Shield. Ooh. Now that's an interesting situation. So that, on top of the occupation of Henry Weatherstruck and Broad Arch Partial. Yeah, that's over here. So yeah, it's looking pretty good for us at the minute. The rebellion's made some ground, but not by comparison to what the crown has done. And also they're now even more so outnumbered than they were before. It was a 13,000 disadvantage before. Now it's a 20,000. That's not looking good for them in the slightest. We can petition my liege, but I don't want to. I have no need to petition the liege. How old is the king? He's 40. And Rhaegar is 4. Rhaegar then has his son Aegon. So we should be bumping over to Mutable actually relatively soon, which will be interesting. That must mean that we have some. We have a warfare and glory. So marriage acceptance is good, and House of Warriors is good. We could go for Riverlander. God's Eye to the Red Fork. Is unlocks the ability to sail in major rivers. Ooh. That pretty cool. That'd mean that we could sail up, like the Trident and Blue Fork, and Red Fork. Yeah, the Green Fork. So it seems that we've got another major battle here. Lord Randall of the West March fighting Lord Stannis. Lord Stannis' stand here in Vellum. They're getting a lot of wounded soldiers. In victory, Lord Stannis has been defeated in Vellum. That's pretty good. Yeah, I don't think the rebellion has much longer to go. Unless something massive happens, then, then, you know, and suddenly the tide twists, but I think we're pretty good for now. I think I'm happy to speed up just a tad, because we're not participating much more in the war at the moment. Most of the year has been spent recuperating the losses of Stag's Rut. Stag's Rut? Is that the... I feel like I'm saying that wrong. Yeah, Stag's Rut. That was an unfortunate battle. Over this area, I believe. Yeah, there. Stag Rut is there. Wife encouraged chivalry. I gained 75 prestige. Betrothed can marry. Ah, yes. Raymond, you can marry Danielle. Excellent stuff. Send the proposal, please. We've entered a new year. It's now 284. This is the other start date for the mod, where Robert has won. But I don't think Robert's going to win this time. I think we're going to see an alternate history. I think the Targaryens are going to be left in charge this time. Yeah, Stannis' defeat at Vellum has just left the whole of the Stormlands like open for pillaging and occupation here. This is not a good sight if you're the rebellion right now. The Targaryens are strong. Targaryens surviving. Richard Horp here, pushing on still. Where's Stannis now? Wonder where he ran off to. Tail between his legs, of course. And the model work in this mod is fantastic. Yeah, I think it would be an idea to see if we can gain more internal power with the Riverlands. I don't really know what my end goal is. I guess like if I become like if like my house becomes Lord Paramount of the Riverlands, that's kind of cool. But you know, that's not what Lyman's ambitions are. He just wants to see the war over. He wants to see the war end, and he wants to see peace come back to the kingdom. So it looks like our forces are almost back up to full strength, which is good to see. Ah, we have an event. Entoshi cheese. I stop at a roadside stall selling some simple foods. The trader, area, plies me with different wares before reaching below the stall and bringing out a carved wooden box. For you, my liege, this is the finest cheese in all the realm. He pushes the small block into my hand, leans in, and whispers, spiritorially, "It was crafted by a cheese-making she." Despite the bizarre comment, the cheese is incredibly good. We could lose some stress. Lose some money. Money that we don't actually have. I must find this cheese pentoshi. Or what a load of rubbish. I think it'd be interesting. Yeah, let's send our agents to find this cheese pentoshi. Let's see what they can come up with. Yeah, we're in the midst of civil war, but look, man, the cheese was really good. When a man loves cheese, a man loves cheese. Here we go. A scrawny-looking man is brought before me. However, the pathetic man in front of me barely looks like a cheesemaker, let alone a pentoshi. I'm truly sorry, but I'm not really a pentoshi. Just a lie to help with selling the cheese, he sputters. I feel like being a wrathful character, being a wrathful person, I feel like Lyman here, our character, would definitely be like, I want half your profits and half your cheese. I put effort and money and time into this, and it's all been a lie. So I want half of everything you own. We do now have the aged cheese. Gives a small health boost and -5 attraction boost. Look, it's the pentoshi cheese. You can't say no to pentoshi cheese. Let's see the situation in the Stormlands here. Now that's worrying. Lord Robert is back to pest me once again. Robert has laid siege with help from anyone? Oh dear lord. Oh my lord. Oh, this is... Let me... This is ridiculous. There we go. Lord Andra. This... My daughter-in-law Jane has given birth to a son. This little one is part of the Darry Dynasty. He should be blessed with a good name. Ah, this is Roland. Roland, my boy. Giving us a son. This is your first. What kind of Riverlander name have we? Foster, Briar, Joseph. Interesting. Ooh, I kind of liked that one. Hang on. Ermin Darry. May you grow strong and wise, Ermin. Wendish Town, also under siege. Not good. And I've no way to really relieve them. My forces are not large enough. We have a little bit of a lag spike here. That's fine. It's probably because of like the size of the armies and how many there are. Edward and John, both resting well in Lastly. Lord Randall, he's not giving up. He's going straight for him. He's marching straight for them. Yeah, I've got a bit of an issue up here. Baratheon is... The thing is, it's a stupid idea. We should not attack them because they outnumber us. But what kind of person would we be if we did not defend our homeland? You know? What kind of picture does that paint of the Darrys if they're not willing to come to the aid of Richard of Riverbend? Richard Nutt. Interesting name. To the thoughtful Lyman, I've been corresponding with the Chancellor Desmond, and I must say that I've come to see you in a new light. Perhaps you are of even someone that I would one day be proud to call my friend. Signed, Lord Lyman of Maidenpool. The silver tongue is shining today, Desmond. Happening here. Well-organized levy. Makes sense. He's under siege. He's gotten better at organizing the... Oh, we've got a major battle. Oh. Oh, is the rebellion about to win this battle? It is. The knights are being wounded and killed. This battle, Brindlewood. Little bit of a... there we go. We just went from plus 57% to plus 40. That was an immense loss for the Targaryen forces. That was insane. Is that the turning point? Is the war of the usurper going to continue for longer than we expected? Potentially. I mean, Baratheon himself is up here. No one's dealing with him. He's causing havoc in Riverbend and Wendish Town. It's... He stands completely uncontested in the north, while in the south, yeah, we've had some victories, but the forces are not keeping together at all. They've just lost a battle. This is not good. Brindlewood will be remembered. This is insane. I was expecting to maybe see the war end this year, but I don't know. I don't know if it will now. That was an unfortunate battle. That was a battle that even I thought, looking at it, you know, oh well, that's just another win for the rebels. But ooh, ooh, this is not looking good at all. This is a real turning point. Standmail, Lord Paramount Eddard, pushing Lord Randall again. And here we have Lord Brynden Blackfish pushing back Jeremy Riker. This is not looking good for them at all. They're losing both of these battles. Robert's actually moving south to assist as well. Also, a blunder resulted in a claim. Master Mark officially acknowledged your claim to the lordship of Honeymaiden. Did he now? That is very interesting, because Honeymaiden's right here. Now, at the moment, I can't do anything about this, because we are fighting together in this war. It's very interesting. We have a rightful claim on Honeymaiden. And at the same time, the rebellion is starting to turn ugly. I'm going to slow the game speed down again because I want to keep an eye on this situation that's coming in. Wavy Rune. No, they're still losing. Everyone is piling into these two areas. This is insane. And it's because the armies of the Red Keep down here, Dawn, the Red Keep, they're all just sitting here. Letting themselves lose the war in the north. This is incredible. This is a massive turnaround. I'm completely blown away. Truly, I'm blown away. Like, the rebels completely outnumbered, but they're just finding the right moments to pick them off. Victory in Standmail. Victory in Wavy Rune. Lord Lucas of Kingswood has left the war of the usurper. Lord Hugh of Grandville left the war. They changed sides. They've swapped allegiance. They're no longer fighting for the Iron Throne. They're now fighting for Baratheon. They're fighting for an end to Targaryen rule. We have an empty council position. My brother? Did my brother die? No. He left. He left court. Where did he go? My brother has left to go to Dragonstone. Okay. You know what, I'm not... I could, but I'm not going to ask him back this time. Last time we asked him back to help with the war effort, he ended up losing a leg and almost losing his life. So I think he's earned the retirement, honestly. But this is very interesting. The war was so certain, and in just a matter of months, we've gone from plus 57 to plus 21. It's becoming an even playing field again. 61,500 to 55,000. This is the closest that these forces have ever been to being the same size. That's kind of terrifying. And yeah, wow. Need to replace my brother here. We can get Raymond back. Or we could assign someone with a... Ah, we do have a maester. Okay, the health and well-being of the court. There we go. That's Ottomore. Well, in that case, no. We'll get Raymond back in the court. We'll give him his position of admiral again. This is a really dark turn for the rebellion. But having said that, all the rebels down here, we potentially make a push through the mountain. Could we hit the bloody high road? Capture this area. The gateway into the Vale. Don't know, potentially. With a small force, it's possible we could maneuver quite quickly. It's a very strong fort. I don't think we could take it, is the issue. That's the real downside. It's that we wouldn't take it. There's all this impassable terrain here. Yeah. The best thing we might be able to do to assist in the war effort still is... Oh, did the Lannisters ever pick a side? No, the Lannisters never picked a side either. Such an interesting alternate history here. The only thing I can really think to do is maybe make a second push for Ferrybridge. Like, really all I can think of. Maybe we go from a different position. Maybe we go from Arrowway. Push. Yeah, maybe if we assemble the troops in Rosemallow Pond, and then from there we push onto Claybend. That would be idea. And it's one I think we're going to do. I just don't... I want to see what the rebels are doing first. I want to see where they're moving to. And as if the war couldn't get any worse, the Iron Islands have just sworn allegiance to the Baratheon cause. They now outnumber Targaryens. The war's turned foul for us. But I say us as in the Iron Throne, for the Targaryens, people we're fighting on the side of. It's turned really, really bad. It's kind of like even the things that they have taken in the Stormlands here, it's kind of doesn't matter in a sense, because the Stormlands have just gained new allies within their territory. Like, incredible. Absolutely incredible period of history here. I think with the war turning this kind of sour, I think we have to put a cut in here and come back next time. I apologize for the cliffhanger. I apologize for leaving you all in a situation where we're kind of uncertain how the war's going to go. Technically, numerically, we're still winning. But the Iron Islands have just sworn allegiance. The Greyjoys are marching their troops over probably as we speak. The Lannisters still sitting on the fence. We thought the war would be over soon with the defeat of Stannis in Vale. And boy, did Robert Baratheon prove us wrong. his cause, his war, his rebellion rages on. And I can't lie, I'm kind of excited to see where it goes. But that is for next time. For now, I'd like to thank you all so very much for watching this episode of Crusader Kings 3, a Game of Thrones mod as House Darry. I am very excited to see what the history books are going to look like in the next few years. Like, we've only played 2 years, granted, but so much has happened in those 2 years. I'm looking forward to see what happens the next. So, until then, I have been you. I have been you? That's not what I meant. I have been me. You have been you. This has been Game of Thrones. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye bye for now.